Hey mathematicians! Sorry for the late video. Let's do your homework. Okay, so we got a lot of work to do in not a lot of space. So I just finished tutoring. I had maybe 20 people here, and we ended up using 2 pieces of scratch paper to do this homework. So you're going to need some extra paper because you're not going to be able to squeeze it all in this page. I will try my best to squeeze it on the page just for the video, but I might be moving around a little bit to show you like, okay, I did some work here and some work here. You should have extra paper. I prefer that you have extra paper, you do all your factor rainbows on the extra paper, and then the only thing you actually put on this page is what you're going to divide it by, your fancy 1, and your answer. So if you have extra paper, you should be doing your factor rainbows for 2 and for 6 somewhere else. 2 times 1 is 2. That's it. 6. 1 times 6 is 6. You can always start with the 1 and the number. And then I think we can also do 2 times 3. That's it for 6. The biggest number, the greatest common in both lists, factor, problem that multiplies to our 2 numbers, is 2. So all this work I expect would be on another page. You can just kind of label it A. And just on this actual homework page, you would say divided by 2. That's wrong. We're not dividing by 2. We are dividing by a fancy 1, which is so fancy, it has a British accent. And that's 2 over 2. So don't just write me dividing by 2. That's actually writing a very different problem that will have a very different answer. We're dividing by 1, and our 1 is just so fancy that it looks like 2 over 2. How many 2's make 2? 1 of them. How many 2's make 6? 3 of them. So our final answer here is 1/3. Okay, I'm going to skip over 4/10 and 3/9 because those look kind of easy. Ooh, F looks horrible. Let's do that one together. 9 and 81. Okay, starting on the easy one. 1 times 9 makes 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Nope, no 9's there. 3, 6, 9. Ooh, 9. Okay. 3 times 3. Oh, look, wait. I crossed the rainbow already with my 3's. That's it for 9. We're done. 1 times 81 will make 81. 81 is an odd number. It ends in a 1, so I'm not going to have a 2. 8 plus 1 is 9, and 9 is in my 3's times table, so I am going to have a 3 times something. I don't know what that 3 times something is. So on even more scratch paper, I would come off to the side and say 81 divided by 3. 3 goes into 8 2 times. 3 times 2 is 6 with a remainder of 2. Bring down my 1. 3 goes into 21 7 times. Okay, so it's 3 times 27. That's what equals 81. Can't do a 4 because 81 is odd. Can't do a 5 because it doesn't end in a 0 or a 1. Can't do a 6 because I need 2 and 3 as factors if 6 is also a factor. Don't have any fun facts for 7, so I'm just going to run through my 7's tables. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49. 7 times, I've forgotten where I am. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 9 is 63, 7 times 10 is 70, 77 is 11, 84, nope, okay, that's not gonna work. Darn, did all those 7's tables. My 8's tables, 9's tables, yep, that's gonna work. 9 times 9 is 81. Oh, look, and we crossed the rainbow to get our 2 9's. Whew, that one was a bit much. We're not done though, that's just the scratch work. That shouldn't even be on this page. That should be on a different page that you staple to your homework. I have 1's in common. I have 3's in common. I have 9's. That's the biggest number I have in common. So I'm going to divide them both by 9. A fancy 1 that looks like 9 over 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1. 81 divided by 9 is 9. That's my answer. So, I'm looking for another hard one. Ooh, let's do the 34 and the 100. 34, also a yucky number. Not yucky, I just don't really have a lot of facts for 34 memorized, so it's going to take us a bit longer. Actually, even though 100 is bigger, it's going to be the easier one to do. 1 and 34. I don't know what it is, but 34 is even, so 2 and something. And because I don't know what it is, I'm going to have to come off to the side and divide. 34 divided by 2. 2 goes into 3 at one time, with 1 left over. Bring down my 4. 2 goes into 14 7 times. Okay, so 2 times 17 is apparently 34. 3, let's check if the 3's work. 3 plus 4 is 7, and 7 is not in my 3's times tables. 2 doubled is 4, 17 cut in half. Ooh, that's not going to be a whole number, no 4's. 34 ends in a 4, so no 5's. There is not a 3's factor, so 2 times 3, and there's no 6's. 7's, no. 8's, no. 9 is not true. 10 is not true. 11 is not true. I think that's it. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone else can come in here and be like, actually, Miss Douglas, these two whole numbers multiplied makes 34, then you have beaten me. Pretty sure that's it. 1 times 100. 2 times 50. I can already tell I did not give myself enough space in this rainbow. 3 times nothing, because 1 plus 0 is 1, and that's not in my 3's times tables. 4 times 25. Like 4 quarters makes a dollar is 100 cents. 5 times 20, oh gosh, yep, I was right. And 10 times 10, which is not really going to fit in there. We'll pretend. This is why you need extra scratch paper, because this is not enough space to show all your work. All right, what is the biggest number that's in both lists? Oh, it's not a very big number, it's 2. So we are going to divide both 34 and 100 by 2 over 2. A fancy one that looks like 2 over 2. 34 cut in half. Oh, look, I don't have to do the work. I already know that it's 17. 100 cut in half. Follow the rainbow is 50. Circle it. I'm feeling pretty comfortable that that actually is my answer because I do know that 17 is a prime number. The only way to make 17 is 1 times 17. And the 50 is not going to be in the 17's times tables. Okay. So you have to do all the other ones, probably on scratch paper, and then just write your answer on this page. Let's go down to number 2. This is where I'm going to be very picky about what you do. I have lots of opinions on number 2. First of all, there is no wrong answer. You could pick either of those. It all just depends on your why. You could pick the smaller one and say, because I'm not that hungry and I don't want all the pizza, or you could pick the bigger one because you want more pizza. But you need to tell me why you're choosing that one and how you know that it's the bigger or the smaller one. So I was going to do the example of let's pretend I'm not that hungry, but let's be real. I'm always hungry. I want the bigger pizza. So I need to figure out which one's bigger. I'm going to show you 2 different ways. I would be happy if you did either of these ways. I want you to know how to do both of them. I'm going to show you the compare with math, which we have not yet learned. And I'm going to show you the compare with pictures, which we did today. Pictures, okay, pizzas are usually round. So I'm going to draw a circle. That's not really a circle, but we'll pretend. And another one that looks pretty much the same, although, you know, no 2 pizzas are exactly alike. This pizza is going to be my 3/4 pizza. Just like we did today when we were coloring in, we're going to cut it into 4 equal parts. And we're going to color in 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. This one's going to be my 5/8 pizza. I'm going to cut it into 4ths because that's going to make it really easy to compare to this other 4ths one. But then actually I know that 4ths are not really what I'm after. But 4 cut in half, well, that's 4 cut in half is 2. 4ths, it's a fraction, cut in half is 8ths. And you got to say the ths to make sure that people know you're talking about fractions. I am going to, just like we did in class today, kind of try and shade the same section of each circle so it's easier to compare in your mind. There's 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. Why have I been saying fifths? That's not right. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. Miss Douglas needs some pizza to feed her brain because it's not working. Okay, now in the picture form, you can kind of tell, while they do look pretty close, this last slice would have to be included in order for you to have the same amount of pizza. So this pizza is actually the bigger one, the 3/4 one. So if you are hungry like Miss Douglas, you want to pick the 3/4 because that's the bigger amount of pizza. If you want to compare them in math ways, 3/4 versus 5/8, unfortunately 5/8 is already simplified. So sometimes you actually have to unsimplify another drawing or another fraction number in order to compare them. So if I took this same 3/4 right here and I sliced them all into eighths, now I have 1, 2, I wish I could change my color, but I don't know how to do that, 3, 4, 5, 6/8. Because if you think about it, 4 times 2 is 8, and 3 times 2 is 6. So you could compare in numbers and not draw the pictures if you're like, Miss Douglas, your drawing is kind of bad, and how would I read that, and I don't want to draw that. Then you can compare and say, hey, 3/4 is actually more pizza when I cut it all into eighths than 5/8, because 6/8 is more pizza than 5/8. Every pizza has 8 slices. I'd rather have 6 slices versus 5. But you need to actually explain that. I showed you the why you should pick which one you want to pick, because this one is bigger, because this one is smaller. You need to tell me why you're picking the bigger one and how you know it's bigger, or why you're picking the smaller one and how you know it's smaller. So all that math plus a sentence or two explaining your choice. I know it looks like it's only a short homework assignment, but this took my class over an hour to do, to show all that work and all those factor rainbows. So don't save this till the end. Make sure you're doing it tonight and not in homeroom tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.